Why play Garen top? Well, he is great at split pushing and team fighting. He's incredibly easy to play and do well with. His ultimate is an insane execute, and his passive keeps him healthy in lane. However, he lacks mobility and can be kited with slows, and he also brings no utility, relying purely on damage. Garen's passive is after not taking damage from an enemy champion for a short time, he starts to regenerate health. This additional regeneration scales with his maximum health. Garen's Q firstly causes him to remove all slows and grants him bonus movement speed. In addition, this also works as an auto attack reset, which makes his next auto attack silence and deal bonus damage. As this ability is leveled, it doesn't grant more movement speed, but instead makes the movement speed buff last for longer. Garen's W firstly has a passive where he permanently gains a small amount of armor and magic resist for each unit killed up to a maximum of 30 times. At maximum stacks, he gains 10% additional armor and magic resist. The active on the W reduces incoming damage, grants him a shield, and it grants him a burst of tenacity. The damage reduction and shield last for a few seconds, however the tenacity only lasts for 0.75 of a second, so needs to be timed well to get good value. Garen's E causes him to spin for 3 seconds, dealing damage to all enemies hit, with the nearest enemy taking slightly more damage. In addition, if an enemy champion's hit 6 times, they lose a chunk of their armor. Garen's ultimate is a point-and-click ability which deals true damage to the target. This ability deals drastically more damage the lower the target's health, making it a great execution tool. For combos, you want to auto-attack into Q and then spin on them. After the last proc of damage goes off, you can cancel the E and then auto-attack before walking out. A quick trade that's helpful for lane is to auto-attack into Q and then use E, and between the silence and bonus movement speed, you can quickly get out the fight before they can trade back. Your all-in combo is to auto-attack into Q before using E and ignite. Keep spinning on them until you can auto-attack into ult. For matchups, Garen does well into melee fighters, especially ones who rely on abilities, and he can struggle against ranged champions who can kite him or pure duelists. For runes, Conqueror is a great default, however he also works incredibly well with phase rush. For build orders, start shield and pot into tier 2 boots and a stride breaker. After this, a black cleaver with dead mans and force of nature are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these. For skill orders, start Q then E then W before maxing E then Q then W, taking ult whenever you can. However, if you're struggling to get onto your opponent or just need the extra mobility, putting a few more points into Q to extend the speed up duration can be incredibly helpful. For summoner spell, stick Flash and Ignite. You're all about killing your opponent. Starting the game as Garen, you're looking to apply pressure from the start. From as early as level 2, you have access to incredible trades. An auto attack into Q and E is a ton of damage where you can use the additional speed to either keep fighting or retreat. And at level 3, when you have W, your trades get even better, having a small shield to deny a little bit more damage. What's great about Garen is he doesn't have any mana and his cooldowns are pretty short. This means against certain champions you can go in for a trade and then go in for a second trade after when you have your abilities back up, but theirs are still on cooldown. And for the cherry on top of the cake, Garen's passive is incredible when it comes to trading, as even if you're going for a trade that you lose, you'll eventually win it just because his passive will simply regenerate his health back up. When you hit level 6, you're looking for any and every opportunity to get onto your opponent and kill them. There are very few champions in the game who win all-ins against Garen at this point. His point-and-click true damage execute is simply too much damage for most champions to deal with. Entering the mid-game, you're looking to take tower as fast as possible. From here, you can either keep split pushing to get pressure, or push your wave out and group with your team for fights and objectives. Entering late-game team fights, you want to play the frontline bruiser, diving their backline. Wait for the fight to start as you don't bring any engage yourself. After this, you can simply go for the thing in front of you. You still deal great damage and it puts you in a great position to peel for your backline. However, Garen is at his best when he's able to run onto a squishy. Sprint at them with your Q along with all your other movement speed buffs, spin on them, and then dunk them.